Okay, hello guys, and welcome to a little Excalibur showcase. First of all, I'm going to be changing this color to something different or cold to showcase the first build. Because one thing you need to note about Excalibur is that his emissive right here, this color specifically, will change to apply a extra element onto your Exalted Blade. So that can save you a little extra mod slot if you want to add something else in there. Okay, for the normal build, we have a decent build, 100 Adrenaline, because I literally had no idea what else you could put on here. You can put literally anything else. You don't need 100 Adrenaline, that's just there to be there, just in case somebody was confused about that. Eternal War, because I have War on here, but you can have Wrathful Advance. I will be making a second build for that, but it's literally just Wrathful Advance. I don't need to make a whole another video for this. Since this is an Exalted Blade showcase, and not a Wrathful Advance showcase, I will just be doing this. Precision Intensified to buff 4 as much as possible. Blind Rage, Transmute Fortitude, Chromatic Blade. This is the most important one. Damage type changes depending on Excalibur's emissive color. That was what we were talking about earlier. Status chance increased by 300%, and this scales with power strength. So I have it as 1,077%, a little bit more with my operator buffs, and Warrior's Rest, which makes it so ability strength is increased by 15%, but he no longer pilots. This is amazing because when you used to go into pilot mode, all of his buffs on Excalibur were removed. So I will showcase that right now, actually, what I mean by that. So this is why this is such a good augment, because for example, if I did Warcry, I could never go back into my operator because of this. If he started piloting, my Warcry is gone. So that's why you need Warrior's Rest. It is literally just amazing because if you like using your operator a lot, it's just ruins your entire playstyle. Now continue on to the actual showcase. Let's get started. We have a Nami solo build. It's just a average combo builder, so you can get your combo buffs. And this is not meant for crit. The Nami solo build is meant for crit, but my Excalibur build is not meant for crit. This is meant for status. So ignore the crit buffs. We're not looking for crit. And here we go. We're gonna proc on Warcry, and we're gonna build up our damage a little bit. And as you can see, everything's gone. Now, I will show you what the build looks like. But first, I'm just killing another set of enemies to prove this is actually not that bad. So you need to actually start killing enemies to get this started, but once you do, it just obliterates. And it is so good. So this is like the non-super optimized version of it. This is just with Melee Vortex. You don't need Melee Vortex. I can literally just delete this from this. I use this without it because Melee Vortex isn't really that good, but I used it because it was the only thing I could fit onto the build with Blast, Magnetic, Corrosive, and Radiation. Now moving on to the next build, which uses the GOAT Melee Influence, of course. Everybody knew it was coming. It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen, of course. And here it is. So I had to move around my mons a lot, but I could fit on Viral, Magnetic, Radiation. You could do the same exact thing and have Melee Vortex if you really like it, and have the Viral on there, so you could proc Viral in the whole group. But the reason that Melee Vortex works so well is because of the blast you get from the heat and cold from the emissive color. Now moving on to the build showcase. This is pretty basic, same thing as the other build, just a little different. So with some Viral and some Melee Influence, grouping would be really nice. Like that's why I really like Melee Vortex for this, but of course, well, that happens. When I first saw this, I was just insanely surprised because it is just utterly insane how OP this is. It's just ridiculous, dude. It procs literally every time because of how Excalibur has this extra 200% status. Literally almost every time electricity will proc. I'll show you. 1, we get 4 procs of electricity, some radiation, and a whole bunch of viral on every single one of these because it all spreads throughout the entire crowd. That's how insanely OP this is. I don't think people can understand how much of a buff this is. This makes Excalibur literally one of the best melee damaging frames in the game. Besides Calibro, of course, because he can make any weapon good, but holy shit, Excalibur is just utterly, oh my god, perfection. It's perfection. Now, what I recommend to people is that you smack on Condition Overload. Condition Overload, you need it. It is amazing for literally any status build. You'll always be using Condition Overload. I've said this a million times to so many people. It's always Condition Overload. You'll see it on almost every status build. It's always there. And that is basically the showcase for today. I will be recording a smaller clip just showcasing the Melee Influence version, and that will be it.